Hello, Rachel here from Let's Be Authentic. I want to talk today about vulnerability hangovers. What are they and why do they happen? In some ways, a vulnerability hangover can mean that you're maybe regretting sharing vulnerably. Maybe you were at one of my workshops, for instance, had a lovely connection experience, and then the next day woke up feeling like, oh gosh, what did I say? Did I really share that with people? So that can be one way a vulnerability hangover shows up. But it's not always the case that there's regret involved. It can often be that we're in a container, we're in a setting. For instance, again, my workshops, where we're all there for the same purpose. We've set context. People that are in the room also enrolled by signing up for the same event you did and all experiencing the same guidance that you did. And therefore there was permission and context to share the way that you did. And what can happen is when we're outside of that container, looking back, it can be hard to remember the felt sense of safety and trust that you had to share so vulnerably in the first place. It's hard to experience that level of safety and container without the actual container being around you. You're outside of it now, you're back in the real world. So now what? So much of vulnerability hangovers can just be about reminding ourselves that what we shared was perfectly fitting in the context that we were at. And some of that does take some management. You know, the things that we experienced in a container that was held and context was set is going to be different than things that come up for us in a different setting. So really being gentle with yourself and navigating the thoughts that can make you wrong or judge you for what you said are really important to kind of steer away from, because those thoughts are based, they're trying to keep you safe, and they're based on the current reality, which of course is not in that container, and therefore it's not really relevant. It's not really helpful to think about, hey, am I sitting at my desk at my job, my day-to-day Monday through Friday job, where my coworkers are keeping it at small talk. Of course, when I think about myself sharing about things that I shared about at a connection workshop, it's going to feel unsafe because I'm not in that container anymore. So it's just something to think about if you've had an experience, whether it's with my workshops or if it's like elsewhere, where you've been in a container, you've felt safe to share, safe to connect in a certain way, and outside of that, after that, is when you feel an ugh. That's not always an ugh that's based in reality. It's based in kind of mismatching the context with where you are now. So check in with yourself. Like, did I do anything that I felt unsafe about in the moment? Was I able to really be with myself when I was making those choices? Because that will be a helpful indicator for you. If you did overshare, if you were really present with yourself and checking in with, like, hey, this actually feels good to connect, this feels good to share this way, then it's not that you did something overextend, you didn't overextend yourself. You are just in a different context now. You got to give your mind, heart, and body some time to catch up. So lots of gentleness, lots of reminding, kind of resetting the context for yourself. Yeah, something to think about. Take what you will and leave the rest, my friends. And I'm going to try not to slip on ice right now. Bye for now.